I am Hanya, envoy of the Ten Lords. It's never a good thing to run into me.
So, Hanya, huh? I would just like to say off the start, there is not as much, let's just use the word information as I thought there was about this character. I mean, the first thing you notice when you look at Hanya is, oh, good morning there, ma'am. Okay, let's just be straight up honest with each other, though. You
I am Hanya, envoy of the Ten Lords. It's never a good thing to run into me.
So, Hanya, huh? I would just like to say off the start, there is not as much, let's just use the word information as I thought there was about this character. I mean, the first thing you notice when you look at Hanya is, oh, good morning there, ma'am. am! Okay, let's just be straight up honest with each other, though. You are in love with the girls that look like they want to fucking die. I'd be willing to bet. I would be willing to fucking bet that you love this character too. You know why? Because she also looks like she wants to fucking die. You got something for that lifeless, oh my god, monotone. I hate my life. I hate everyone. Cold look. Lifeless eyes, zombie looking. It's something that just gets you going. Now, she does have a soft spot for her sister, and you're probably thinking, oh, this is a great attribute, I can get in there, and she'll care about me. The whole, I can fix her, but not the I can fix her. More or less the I can help her. I want to love her. I want to give her the entire world. You are attracted to women in a bad scenario, and all you want to do is get them out of it. She's got toxic traits. She's depressed. Something bad just happened in her life. Nah, I'd win. Yeah, I just called you out. You got a thing for girls with issues. Or, back to my first point, you're just a horny fucking bastard that wants to look at her body and boobs all fucking day.
I'm Himiko, navigator of the Astral Express. Tired? How about a coffee?
Oh, dear God. Everyone's first awooga moment in the game came when Himiko showed up on the screen. You got mommy issues. Or daddy issues. Or you got both, to be honest. She could have also been your first 5-star, and she grew on you, and you've loved her ever since you've gotten her. Let me call you out real quick. Weakness number 1, red hair characters. Weakness number 2, boob moles. Weakness number 3, someone at the top of the food chain that you see as a challenge for you to win over. Weakness number 4, a demanding and commanding person who can put you in your place. And weakness number 5, confidence. Now let's break this down real quick. Himiko, one of the nicest souls you'll ever meet in your entire life. Yep, agreed. Now, let's get into the deep dark here, and let's start grinding some gears. You are extremely down bad for her, and you're never gonna feel like you're enough if you try and go for her. I know, you got self-confidence issues. It's okay, but guess what? You are enough. I'm here to tell you, go for the fucking girl. It's time to put these horny ambitions to rest and put your foot in the fucking door. I know you very well. All you want to do is make sexy sexo time with fucking Himiko, okay? And I'm here to fucking tell you, stop being a shy motherfucker and sit behind the curtain and go out and ask your crush on a fucking date already, you bozo! Anyways, I didn't mean to go that hard on you Himiko people, but can we talk about something? She's a very nice woman. She's beautiful. She's amazing. You love her. You're down bad for her. You want her to take care of you. You want her to ooh, goo, goo, gaga you know what I mean? She's also dead. Can I ask something, though? What in the fuck is the deal with her and Kafka? I see so much art of these two fucking each other, basically. And I don't know. Someone, what the fuck is...
Everyone likes a clever girl, right? Why don't you stay and play for a while?
Well, you're racist.
Hi, the name's Serval.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you. Come on, you know better than that. So, Sparkle, huh? The new girl. The one who's not even out yet. You picked her, huh? Let me guess. You got something for the troublemakers, the sly, sneaky, and sussy ones. I'm also getting a little bit of a correlation between her and a little someone else that I'm just gonna dabble on real quick, but we're gonna move past that. You, I swear to God, you thought Ting Yun was fucking bad about the sniffer? Oh my God. This makes Ting Yun look like she's wearing socks 24/7. Cause holy shit, this woman is allergic to socks. I fucking can't. I really just can't. You might like the pigtails, the cutesy. Oh, she's just a little like sussy baka. My digital footprint looks fucking terrible. But you're really just a horn dog in disguise. You also love a girl with a mouth on her. You love getting bullied. Bullying you is like the best way to flirt with you. You love those girls that are just that chaotic neutral, chaotic evil, just a fucking mess. You're also a strong believer in the, if we go out in public, we're getting in trouble. And the fuck it, we ball mentality. You hear, small person, big attitude, and you're like, that's so hot. If we're gonna keep it a buck, you should probably own one of these shirts right here. You're probably also what I like to call a fan art fanatic and have about 15 folders of terabytes of fucking Sparkle already. And need I remind you, she's not even out yet! At the end of the day, whether you like her because she's hot or you're just attracted to the girls who cause chaos, just please tell me you don't have a foot fetish!
Hi, the name's Serval Landau. I'm a Bellabog mechanic. Rock and roll is my main occupation.
Can I just be the first person to say, based? Serval is a very, very good choice, because let's explain something here. She's a good sister. She's a good family person. She's a good hard worker. She has a job. She almost has 2 jobs. And between me and you You got something for them tomboy girls. Ooh, boy. Let me tell you something. One of those girls that's the homies, oh, that's golden fucking goose right there for you. No pun intended. You love a girl that's not afraid to get her hands dirty. I mean, former scientist, military background, brother's still in the military, rock band, all kinds of shit that she's done in her life. And you know what you love doing? Showing her off. You love telling every single person what she's done and accomplished, and also saying, Serval, she's mine. The type of girl that, you know, rock band, punk girl, you know, the type of girl that punches you in the arm and says, oh, dude, don't even worry about it. You know exactly what type of girl I'm talking about. You're gonna do everything together. She's gonna be your closest homie, and you're gonna love her to fucking death. You also think her design, her hair, everything about her is just peak. You think that the colors mix well. You think the uniqueness on any other character. You think there's no other character that's like Serval. And you know what? You're kind of right. But no, I'm not done with you yet. I'm not done with you. Don't you think you can get away with me without thinking that I didn't call out your horny thoughts, I know what you're thinking. You're trying to just, you know, get her home, wife her up, and then butter them motherfucking biscuits, aren't you? But not like a horny way. Not a one and done. You're just genuinely, respectfully in love with her. I know. I'm calling you out. You are in love with Serval. And you're praying every single day that one day she'll be real. Hey, all of you watching this. What the fuck is this? Do I make these and scream my ass off for no reason? Fix it. Now. Press that button. Or you're gonna make me sad. Do you want to do that? I didn't think so. Press the button. Now the moment that everyone on my channel and I know has been waiting for.
How's the journey been? Rest assured, forgetting me is not an option. Let me do a little divination for you.
Oh, Lord, I'm so not ready for this, but let's get into it. First thing is first. I would just like to extend my motherfucking hand in friendship for anybody that picked her, because god damn it, me motherfucking too. Now, let's get down to business, Jack. You love the fucking skin gaps. Yep, I'm talking about every single piece of her body that you can see. The boobs, the cleavage, the fucking arm gaps, the fucking, the midriff. I'm trying not to fucking lose my mind right now. You are someone that needs somebody to take care of you the same way that you take care of someone else. Do unto others as you would have do unto you. I'm pretty sure Jesus said that at one point. You have a really, really bad toxic trait of caring about others more than you care about yourself. Now, Black Swan, she's always smiling. You know, she's a kind woman. And you know, she doesn't always make that smile the most genuine. As in, sometimes she can put on a face for people when she needs to. Not necessarily that she's trying to deceive them, but let's just say, you know, right place, right time kind of situation. You love the hair color, the way it looks, her eyes, everything about her. You know you were mesmerized when that video came out and everyone found out that her hoo-ha has fucking jiggle physics. You're someone who has a lot of pride in what you do. When that video came out and everyone found out that her hoo-ha has fucking jiggle physics. You're someone who has a lot of pride in what you do in life. And let me just tell you, I know you. I know damn well that you're a little bit of a switch, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in you won't have a problem with a woman taking control for a little bit, and then you flipping the narrative on them. As in, you want a girl that can be hot with you and have that voice, you know, that voice. And then all of a sudden, you're the one making the rules and not them. And these rules are not gonna be broken. Thank you very much. And we also know you're a horny bastard, motherfucker. And you know why? Because you can't play the fucking video game with Black Swan on your team with two hands. Because one hand is a bit busy. She's someone that you can go to and vent and just talk to. And you know, lean on and have your back at all times. But you know what? Holy shit, what a fucking woman, I just gotta say. I don't know who in the hell was cooking so damn hard at Hoyoverse when they made her. But god damn it, give that motherfucker a raise! Oh, let me come back down to earth. I leave you with this. You're a little bit of a coomer. You're a little bit of a gremlin. And you're a little bit of a little fucking bitch, aren't you? You know you've got a thing for the crazy girls. You know you've got issues, and you're working on them. You know you have your flaws, and you're working on them. But you know what? Stand proud. You're strong.
I remember when I used to scream at the sight of this. Nowadays, I just scream at the thought of somebody finding out I kind of like Mario Kart Tour. Man, talk about a controversial title. Mario Kart Tour is such a bizarre release. I mean, pretty much all of Nintendo's mobile games are. And Nintendo started their mobile game tirade with Miitomo. Yeah. For years, Nintendo refused to do anything on mobile. And then they finally did it, and it was Miitomo and Mario Run and Dragalia Lost. I don't know. Back then, it felt like Nintendo on mobile was a surefire bet. You know, like no matter what, it's like, oh my god, a 2D Mario on iPhone? That's gonna do numbers! Turns out it ended up doing number. There was always a couple of things holding back pretty much any of Nintendo's major mobile games. It's the fact that they kind of held the games themselves back from being like what a lot of the consumers really wanted out of these mobile games. So Miitomo was like Tomodachi Life, you know, Tomodachi Life. But like it was greatly cut back in terms of what Tomodachi Life was. You know, you could do so much in that game. It was so silly. And Miitomo was pretty much like if Tomodachi Life's content was replaced with like social media posts. Pretty much you respond to questions and then you can see your friends' responses and just kind of giggle at them. That's pretty much all Miitomo was, and it shut down a couple years later. But then, Nintendo announced Super Mario Run. Pretty much like what everybody expected out of like a Nintendo mobile game. It's a Mario auto runner. And yeah, I liked Mario Run. I thought for what it was, it did the job. I really did enjoy it for what it was. But the problem was, it cost $10. And you know, kudos to Nintendo for like trying to instill like a more premium price point in the mobile space. You know, like a big problem with the mobile space is the fact that all the games pretty much have to be free, just riddled with microtransactions and ads and all of that junk. And here comes Mario Run saying, no, we're gonna charge for our game. The problem was it was free on the App Store, and then you had to do a $10 purchase to get, you know, the rest of the levels. You could play like the first 2.5, 3.5 levels, and then you had to pay for it. And I don't think a lot of people expected that, and I remember seeing a lot of tweets from like casual people going, what the f***? I don't think they were expecting for the game to be fully free. Something like, oh, you can play through the whole game, but you have to like wait if you lose all your lives. You have to wait 10 hours to refill your gauge. And if you don't want to do that, pay up some money. Or, oh yeah, it's free, but between every single level is like a 2-minute long unskippable ad. That's what people are used to in the mobile space. They aren't used to paying money for entertainment. They're used to paying money for worthless bullshit. So while Mario Run had like an obscene amount of downloads, it didn't make a ton in terms of revenue, which was unfortunate. You know, I liked Mario Run. I'm not gonna act like it's anything more than just like an okay game overall, but for a mobile game, I liked it. But then we had Fire Emblem Heroes and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, both of which I think turned out to be like some of the most successful Nintendo games on mobile. And it's mainly because like they were more so structured like other mobile games. Specifically Fire Emblem Heroes, like that is still consistently like the Nintendo mobile game that rakes in the most revenue. Then we had Dragalia Lost, which was an interesting case. You know, here's a brand new IP that's published by Nintendo for mobile. So, that was kind of funky. I played a bit of that before they shut it down. I don't remember anything about it, but still. And then there was Dr. Mario World. That was another one where I kind of thought like, oh, damn, that's got to be perfect for mobile. And it wasn't Dr. Mario. I'm really sorry. It was like Dr. Mario upside down, trying to be a little more Candy Crush than traditional Dr. Mario. It still had the elements of Dr. Mario, so, you know, I'm not going to act like, oh, man, this isn't Dr. Mario, but I got to be honest, like, when I played it, I was like, this isn't really scratching my Dr. Mario itch. And yeah, Dr. Mario World ended up pretty much totally bombing. Like, that got shut down fairly quickly after launch, which was unfortunate, but I think it just showed that I'm not sure if Nintendo completely understood the mobile market. In some cases they did, in some cases they didn't, but it did kind of feel like, you know, either they didn't want to go full on mobile or they went too far trying to be full on mobile, you know? Like something like Mario Run was not suited for the mobile marketplace. They, you know, I'll give them that. They really tried to push forward with like an actual price point for their game on mobile. It didn't work that well, but you have to commend them for that. But then you get to something like Dr. Mario World, which felt like it was kind of chasing after the Candy Crush style of puzzle games a little too much. Stuff like Animal Crossing Pocket Camp may have looked like Animal Crossing, may have felt like Animal Crossing, but then, you know, it's obvious like, yeah, this is way too mobile-esque. It isn't the Animal Crossing that I want. Which then brought us to Mario Kart Tour. This was announced in early 2018, and this was a big deal. You know, Mario Kart was next in line in terms of just, like, games that all casual audiences knew, and every single one of them wanted it on their phone. I remember so many Mario Kart ripoffs that it's just like, hey, just something to scratch that itch, you know? The same with, like, 2D Mario ripoffs. I remember playing Leps World 2. Not because I wanted to, but it's just like, it was the closest damn thing. I was just trying to feel something, man. And Mario Kart Tour was announced like a year and a half before it actually came out, which was crazy for a mobile game. But, you know, it's obvious Nintendo really wanted to push forward that, like, hey, like, this is serious. We really want to make a great Mario Kart game on mobile. And I had no idea what to expect from this. But about a year later, Nintendo commenced a beta program where people could, you know, test out the game on Android. They couldn't share images. They couldn't share video. I think I caught a little bit of, like, leaked stuff. And, yeah, it did look like Mario Kart. But it finally released in the fall of 2019. And people fucking hated it. Mario Kart Tour got a generally, like, mediocre rating from a lot of people. I think a lot of people ended up just, like, not really liking it, mainly because it was like, okay, like, there's the Mario Kart flavor, but it's surrounded by just egregious microtransactions. The prices for characters was absurd. Like, I remember seeing something like Diddy Kong was like $50. To be fair, you did get him with like some car parts. Ooh, boy. But the characters were so expensive because the main thing Mario Kart Tour wanted you to do was purchase these rubies to use the pipe to possibly get like some high-end items randomly. It was a, as many would say, a gotcha mechanic. It was pretty much just a lottery thing. Pretty much loot boxes for Mario Kart. It's unprecedented times here. On top of that, so much of Mario Kart Tour felt very, like, automated. You know, the fact that it was designed to be a casual touchscreen mobile game that you play in quick bursts, kind of forced it to remove a lot of the, you know, skill out of Mario Kart. Like, you automatically accelerated, you automatically drifted. Even something like when a blooper hit you, you could just use your finger to, like, wipe it off screen. So, like, that item went from the most useless Mario Kart item to the most useless Mario Kart item. And the majority of tracks in the game were just from previous Mario Karts, and there was only like a couple new ones, and they were all based on actual locations throughout the world. And those tracks weren't very good. They were base level fine, but nothing about them really was interesting. It was more so like, here's an original track based on New York. Wow, I find it impressive they were able to make a track based on New York this damn boring. It felt like they kind of cornered themselves with the idea of doing like tracks based on things around the world just because they thought, hey, it's Mario Kart on mobile. Oh, Mario Kart Tour. And yeah, when they were actually designing the real world locations, I think they realized like, damn, we don't got much to go off of here. And you know what was really weird about Mario Kart Tour? It's the fact that the game kind of wanted you to think you were playing against like real life players. So when you go into a match here, you're randomly gonna see like all these usernames pop up, and like they're like auto-generated. Like, who are these people? But it's not like actual online multiplayer. They really want to make you think that, but it's not. But yeah, as we can see, holding down at the start, that's the only time it matters. Like, look, I'm not doing anything. And yeah, it's pretty much like playing with the assisted driving in Mario Kart 8. If I just don't do anything, like, the game's gonna play itself. Other than like, oh, I'll hit these items. All right, that's it. And yeah, and it turns out most of the time to get ahead in this game, it doesn't even matter about getting in first necessarily. You just want to do like the most tricks or use items or whatever to get points here. So then you can get like whatever, 5 stars in your thing. So then you can get more rubies eventually. You can get stuff on your scorecard or whatever. Basically, it's just, it's weird. And as I have the game play itself, I will say, I played a lot of Mario Kart Tour when it came out, and I still didn't like it, but I will admit I played a lot of it when it came out. And I'm really ashamed of that because I barely touched it, and I still got 5th. Oh, hell yeah, 5 stars after getting 5th place. Yeah, that makes sense. At the time of its release, I tried out Mario Kart Tour, and I thought, this isn't very good. And then I kept playing it. And then I didn't play it for a couple days, and then I fired it back up before I went to bed one night, and then it kind of became my nighttime game for like a month. Don't get me wrong, I knew it was junk food, but you know, you know the thing about junk food, right? That was my representation of a glutton. So here's the thing. I stopped looking at Mario Kart Tour as a Mario Kart game. If you directly compare it to something like Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart Wii, DS, anything like that, yeah, it kind of pisses you off. I instead looked at it as something to kind of just waste my time in. To just kind of like go for
I've said this before, I legitimately feel terrible for young men in the modern age because the internet is constantly contaminating their mind with what it means to be good looking or what it takes or what you need to be successful as a man. There's so much I could talk about on this subject here because the young male audience is highly monetizable, so there's a lot